everyone, welcome to the first episode of this new section that is targeted to anyone in the 3D industry basically. So this is for you if you are a user of 3ds Max, this is for you if you are a Maya user, this is for you if you are a Cinema 4D user, this is for you if you are a Blender user, this is for you in general, okay? So this O.W.R.B, what is O.W.R.B? O.W.R.B is like, I've been hit it, but I don't know, it's O.W.R.B. Okay, this O.W.R.B is or wiggly render bread. My English is my English, sorry. So, or wiggly render bread. This is a new section that what I want to cover, any news related to the CG industry, not just the Blender world, as I'm used to do Blender related live streamings, but this is going to be like a news program to show you different news that are happening in the CG industry in general, not just Blender, but also 3ds Max, Maya, Cinema 4D, whatever you want. Even Wix 3D. So, if you want to stay tuned with this news, you just have to subscribe to the channel, tick the little bell, and share the channel with anyone. I don't know. Do whatever you want. So let's go ahead, because this week we have four entire pages of news, of amazing news. And the first news is the beta release of Modo 13.1. And what it is just the beta of the Modo 13.1. It has several improvements in modeling. It has also improvements in the viewport, because it has an improved ambient occlusion, area light roughness, shadows and anti-aliasing. It has also several improvements in animation and rigging. Especially it has weight containers for morph containers, for morphs. I mean, weight containers, for some of you that don't know Maya, don't know Modo, it's a pretty interesting feature, because it's like when you have a rig with a character, you can like store the weights of that rig in a container, and then you can transfer these weights to another character, to another rig. So it's a way to interchange rigs between characters. It's interesting, but now in the 13.1 they support morph containers, so they support the same concept but with facial setup, facial rigs with morphs. It's pretty cool. So improved performance also for big assets and scenes. By the way, I'm going to read, there's no way I can learn all of this. So improved performance for big assets and scenes because they improved the threading of the code, so they can leverage much better the multi-thread in the high-threaded CPUs, like the new Ryzen family or the Threadrippers. Hello, Gemma. Hello, Angel. Hello, Sotomonte. So let's continue. They have also rendering performance improvements in Radium Pro Render. For those of you that don't know, Modo now has implemented Radium Pro Render as one of their default render engines, and they improved also they have new procedural and Boolean tools. This means they have a new topological morph creation tool that what I think it means is that you can have a sculpt and you can transfer that sculpt to be a morph of another mesh. I don't know. I don't use Modo, but you Modo users should be very happy for this. So state presets for direct modeling, if you know what I mean. I don't. Curve sweep, this is important. Curve sweep and curve revealed spans for procedurally working with curves. This is cool. And also mesh fusion can now use curves no matter if they are Beziers or V-splines. So pretty cool. Pretty good new features. Support for some AXF shaders, and now the Modo VR module, it's available in Windows, Linux and OS X. So I imagine that before it was available just for Windows, and now if you're on Linux, as you should, you will be happier because it's faster. Or no? who knows? But if you're on Linux or OS X, now you can leverage the VR module of Modo. I will put the links to all the information I will give here in the video description after the live streaming is ended, when I publish the live stream. So next, a pretty cool new. By the way, in Modo, just so you know, I will put all this information. And for Modo, I like to say the different licensing schemes of the software when they update or when they do something. So you have individual license. This is important, strictly for individual personal users. You cannot use this license in your studio, okay? If you have a small studio, no matter if it's a 2-person studio, if you have a small studio, you have to use their business license. For the individual license, these are the prices. For the business license, they don't disclose the prices. I don't know why, but they don't disclose the prices. And you can see here, between 2 and 50 users of Modo. So if you have studio, remember, business license, not individual license. So let's continue. Studio Khara is moving to Blender. What this means? They are moving their production to Blender. Who are Studio Khara? Studio Khara are the ones responsible for the movies, for the latest movies of Evangelion. They are right now finishing Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 is the name of the film. So some shots of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 have been done in Blender, so not all the production has been done in Blender, because they have another software right now. But why are they shifting or moving to Blender? Well, there is a cost-related issue. It's not that they cannot allow themselves to use 3ds Max or Maya. They can, they have no trouble. They can pay for the licenses. The problem is not that. The problem is that they find hard to find studios to work with that uses 3ds Max or Maya that are willing to pay the license price for 3ds Max or Maya. So they find much more studios that are using Blender, and they are happy with that. So they are going to shift their production to Blender. There is also another reason why they changed it to Blender, that is Grease Pencil. They found that Grease Pencil is a very powerful tool to mix 3D animation with 2D fixes or 2D visual effects. So they are shifting also because of Grease Pencil. Jeba says every employee in a studio must own a license of his or her own. I think you mean for Modo, because we have a bit of delay. No, the studio has to pay for the license to you for use the license. You need a license for you in your house, or if you are a freelance. But if you are a studio, you have to pay for the business license for your workers, or even for you if you are a studio with 2 people. So no, you don't have to pay for your license, don't worry. Oh, you have to pay for your license, but the individual license, not the studio, not the business license. Yeah, that would be crazy. So next thing, the second reason, one of the reasons was Grease Pencil, because they found it very important, very useful, and they did a statement in the interview that is, please understand that we are keeping a good relationship with Autodesk, not only with Autodesk but also with other companies. We keep requesting improvements. However, it takes time for those improvements to make it to proprietary software. We expect faster improvement by using open source software. What this means is that they understood that proprietary software depends on a company, and that company can make or not make your needed improvements. But with open source software, you can hire your own development team, and that's it. And you can improve the software, and you can keep your improvements for you, or you can share your improvements with the main branch of the software or with others. So it all depends on you. No one is forcing you to unveil your improvements in the software. But they understood this, and they found many reasons. So if you want to read the interview, you can do so in Engage Japan, because the interview was in Engage Japan. But of course, it was in Japanese, but in blender.org we have the translated interview to English, so you can enjoy it. So next, 3D antivirus for 3ds Max. Yes, it's not a joke. I can't even understand this. I can't understand this, but it's not a joke. It's a commercial antivirus. You have a free license and you have a pro license that will cost you a subscription, a monthly subscription. And yes, it seems that 3ds Max now needs an antivirus because Max files can have viruses. I don't know, a few time ago, like, oh, the screen, thanks, Angel. Now you can see the web. Okay, so you can see here in the Spanish streaming happened the same thing. So now I have to put a timer to the full screen. Now there is an antivirus, and I don't know, because Autodesk some time ago was saying that Blender was like insecure, but right now they need an antivirus. So I don't know. This is not a joke, by the way. This is not a joke. This is a proper software that you can acquire and that you can use, and it's an antivirus. I cannot say anything more. So I will put the link in case you want to pay for this antivirus. That's it. So next, Meshroom 2019.2.0. What is this? Some of you may know Meshroom, some of you may not know Meshroom. It's a photogrammetry software. It's an open source photogrammetry software, and they have just released the new version. So you have this version for Linux or Windows, and in the release notes we have new visualization module of feature extractions, pretty interesting. Support for raw image files. I imagine that if it supports raw image files, it should support also the wide color range that raw image files has. So maybe it could be better because it could be able to detect more features. Also, texturing was largely improved in quality and in speed, and that's pretty good because that's a great news, because the best texturing software I found for photogrammetry, there was 3ds Zephyr and Reality Capture. Both of them are great in many things. The geometry, for example, for me is better in 3D Zephyr, but the texture is much better. It gets more detail in Reality Capture. So now Meshroom has better texturing and faster texturing. So I'm willing to test this. I may do a live streaming about this because this is a pretty good software. Now they added support for UDIM. If you don't know what UDIM is, it's just tiling for textures in the same UV space. So you instead of having a UV space that is 0 to 1, you have UV space 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 3, etc. So you can have just one UV space with many textures. It's pretty interesting. Many software support UDIM, like Maya with Arnold, 3ds Max with Arnold. I'm not sure about Modo, but I think so. And Blender will add support in 2.81 theoretically. Next. Yeah, I know you love my face, Satamonte, but I think you would prefer the information, right? So next. Now you have the ability to export the dense point cloud in Alembic format to be used in any other software. Also, you have the option to export the raw dense point cloud without filtering. And in meshing, you have the option to export color data per vertex, and mesh filtering will preserve those colors correctly. It seems in the previous version, those colors were not correctly preserved. So this is Meshroom, and you can download it for Linux and Windows 64 and Windows 10. Windows 8, I imagine it works too, but you will need a CUDA card as far as I know. There is like a low resolution reconstruction that can be used without a CUDA card, but an NVIDIA card, but for the high resolution reconstruction, you will need a CUDA card, CUDA capable card. Next news, one page less. Next news, tooltips. Okay, tooltip. Of course, I didn't do this streaming past week, but past week I gave the news that Atoms Crowd, tooltip released Atoms Crowd 3.0, Atoms Crowd 3. This is a standalone crowd simulation system and is compatible with many other softwares like Maya, Houdini, and Unreal Engine, and it can be used also with Alembic or VX, for example. It's also for Windows and for Linux. And now they have released an open source their open source Maya animation tools. Those tools are licensed under LGPL, and these are tools to simplify rigging in Maya. So they have a Maya reduction key tool that will preserve the shape of the curves correctly while reducing the keys. They have also a harmonic bed deformation. It's a cage box deformer, and I will put you the link to the paper because I don't know what it is. I imagine like this is like a cage deformer, like a FFD for Mac users, like an FFD to transfer weights or something like that. I don't know, but I will put the link. And soft IK solver with soft extension, stretch, elbow slide, and elbow lock. And that's it. You can download it. It's completely free. If you're a Maya user, you may want to see this. You may want to check this. Next we have Wunderparc. And what is Wunderparc? Well, Wunderparc is a pretty interesting new software. This software is a software dedicated to AI environment creation. Yes, so environment creation driven by artificial intelligence. What is the target with this? The target with this is to give the software a picture, a photo, and it will create a complete 3D scene with all the models, lighting, texturing, with everything. It will create a scene for you. So theoretically, it could be very good. Right now, they have 4 steps or 4 modules to develop. Right now, they have in development the module 1, that is modes. It's already compatible with Unreal Engine, and in the modes module, it can extrapolate from a picture the color, temperature, fog, sunlight, weather, sky and clouds, and wind movement. So it may be interesting. In the second module, it will be able to extract the camera information. In the third module, it will be able to create the objects, and in the fourth module, it will be able to create the materials. So we'll see where this goes. As someone said in the Spanish live streaming, the future of nearly everything passes for machine learning and artificial intelligence. For example, render engines will work much faster when machine learning is implemented properly. Next, some news for the not the gamers but the game developers, that Sony has acquired Insomniac Games, the developer of Spider-Man, the Spider-Man video games for PlayStation 4. So they said that they have like a very good relationship with Sony and the PS4 team since the beginning, so this was like a logical step. So now Sony can use this company to create more Spider-Man games, I think. I don't know, but it's good, it's great news. I will put the link so you can read all the article here. Next we have Eon Software releases Vue R3, and I don't know how to say this correctly in English. Vue R3, I don't know, and Plant Factory R3. The major features it has is that it has new orthographic camera, it supports Vray Next with their 3ds Max and Maya plugins, it has also better support for substance materials, and there is an interesting news that now you can open with the commercial license, you can open scenes created with the trial license. So this is good. Probably in the previous version, when you created a license with the trial, you were not able to open this with the commercial version, so you will have to recreate this manually, but now you can open those scenes too. Now, for the cost of this software, it comes just in a rental solution of these prices, but the creator solution is just for, I don't know, amateur people that wants to do like environment photos. I don't know, because it has no export, not compositing, not integration plugins, and not Python scripting. So you cannot do anything but do a render inside the software, and also the render is limited to 4K. So I don't know why they have this creator solution. They could release this as for free, and I don't know if this is a big market for them. But they have the professional solution and the enterprise solution, and they have whatever you may need to export this to your DCC preferred tool. So next, we go now to Gnomon Workshop. Gnomon Workshop released Introduction to Maya 2019, and it's just a full course that is covering everything inside Maya 2019, including Mass, the module that is now in Maya since some versions, that is now in Maya for motion graphics, similar to animation nodes in Blender, or similar to, how is it called? To MoGraph in Cinema 4D. So pretty interesting course if you are a Maya user or a new Maya user. And to access it, you have to subscribe to Gnomon Workshop, which will give you access to other courses too. So $49 a month or $490 a year. So you save 2 months, because 49 by 10 it's 419. That's it. Okay, next. And now we have a free course, but this one is in Spanish. So Oliver, you have to do this. But if you know Spanish, or if you understand Spanish, you can take this free course in YouTube from Blendtuts. Oh my God, what's happening to my tongue? I need to drink. Okay, my tongue is back. So you can follow this course. It's composed by 44 videos in Spanish about Blender 2.8. It's a pretty cool course, and it's completely free in the channel Blendtuts. You can find this. So that's it. Next, another that goes. Okay, sneak peek of Vray for 340. So Vray has left beta. Yeah, Oliver is pretty great. So Vray has left beta for Cinema 4D, and now it costs $80 a month. It comes just in a rental license form, so no perpetual license, but it has some improvements over the beta. They have a new Vray DOM light, like the one that there's already in 3D Studio Max. There's also better support for textures and UV mapping inside Cinema 4D, optimized render settings interface, and improved material for IPR rendering. Also, the GPU rendering module supports bucket rendering. So congratulations to Cinema 4D users. If you use Vray, you now have a better version, but you will have to pay for it. That's it. I will put the link in the video description. So next, Yeti 3.5. If you don't know Yeti, I don't know where have you been, because Yeti is the standard for hair creation for movies and visual effects. It's only available for Maya, sadly, but they have improved this version to Yeti 3.5. The improvements are Alembic support for Alembic splines. It is capable of importing them and exporting them in a single file or in sequence format. Pretty interesting, because depending on what you need, you may want one format or the other. Now its texturing system, its color management system, has been replaced, and now it uses OpenColor.io for color management. It supports a wide range of render engines from 3D Light, Arnold, Claris, Guerrilla, Redshift, Renderman, and Vray. Now it features better guide control with a new volumetric based control. They say that it's a more intuitive volume guiding control. I don't know, but they have not removed the old control system to have backwards compatibility with your old work. They have also new grooming options for randomizations and your ability to create new grooming rules. Yeti is available for Maya from 2018 and up for Windows, Linux, and OS X. An indie license costs you $329, and a studio license will cost you $699. And the studio license includes 1 workstation and 5 render nodes. Each additional 5 render nodes, it will cost you $399. Again, I will put the links to all this and the link to the special release notes. So next, we have a new render engine in the industry, Bella. What is Bella? I say Bella, you can say Bella, you can name this how you want, I don't care. It's a new render engine developed by Diffuse Logic. It's a Spanish-based company in Barcelona. The authors are Oscar Cano and Albert Martinez, that are the responsibles for the core tech under the render engine, and Jeremy Hill, that is responsible for the API and implementation in other softwares and the plugins. So the amount of features that I saw here is more or less limited, because I have not seen any volumetric support and such things, but it looks pretty good. Right now you can download, I'm not sure if it's a demo or a trial, but right now you can download it. The cost of the software is $500, and it will include 5 render nodes and 1 work extension, and every render node after that will cost you way less money. And by the way, the license is not node locked, it's floating, so you can use this license with any computer you have. Now the cool thing in this render engine, of course, it's tightly implemented in Maya, because right now they only support Maya. But the cool thing is that they have 4 different solvers for different situations. They have Atlas, that is an unbiased bidirectional path tracer, like a standard bidirectional path tracer. They have Ares, that is a non-bidirectional, it's an unbiased path tracer, standard path tracer. But they have Apollo. Apollo is a quasi-unbiased solver that they say that is a completely new proprietary technology of them. They want Apollo to be the de facto solver for Vela. Right now it's Atlas, but since it's under heavy development, they want to keep it like an option, not the default solver. But they say it's pretty good and it can solve many of the most difficult situations for the classic path tracers. I imagine this could be something similar to Corona, I don't know, but it could be that. So that's it, Vela Render, a new render in the neighborhood. Next we have, and I cannot show you the video just in case YouTube decides to rush. So, but you have, I will give you the link to the video of Marvelous Designer 9. You have an overview of the features, and the new features are retopology to quads, so you can retopology the clouds to quads. They have also half pattern symmetry. You can create the pattern just using symmetry, so it will be perfectly symmetrical, and it will be faster to create it. And we have you have GPU-based simulation. It's way faster. You have to check the video because the GPU-based simulation is way faster than the CPU-based simulation. They are implementing some pretty cool improvements in Marvelous Designer 9. Now you have also control over subdivision. This means that you can paint the zones you want to be more subdivided, and it will get more detail. And also mirror creation. So you can have like mirror creation. I don't know exactly what it is. Check the video and you will know that. Next, we have a company called HotKnife, and we are near the end. We have a company called HotKnife that is VooDoo. HotKnife released VooDoo. What is VooDoo? VooDoo is, I'm not sure if it's a free tool or a commercial tool. I don't know if the app is free or you have to pay for it, but it's a tool, a plugin for 3ds Max to do facial motion capture with your phone. They don't mention the iPhone, but I imagine this is just with an iPhone with Face ID, with the Face ID hardware. I'm not sure, but I imagine that. So you can download the app in the App Store. I don't have a link here, but it seems it's already available. And you can have the plugin files here, and you have here a video with the tutorial. So pretty interesting tool if you are an animator in 3ds Max and you want to try some facial mocap with your iPhone. Next we have SpeedCut. SpeedCut is a new free plugin for Maya that features non-destructive Boolean workflow for modeling. So they are similar tools under Modo and Blender. Right now there is a new tool for Maya. It costs $0, it's completely free, and I will put the link to this Gumroad store and the YouTube video with the explanation and the tutorials and everything. And now the most important thing of the news today, the biggest news today, is that there is a new render engine that is going to be adopted. I'm pretty sure this is going to be adopted by Pixar. It's going to be adopted by Sony. It's going to be adopted by Ilion. It's going to be adopted by anyone in the film industry, especially if you are in the animation and VFX industry. There is a new render engine that will amaze you. It's amazing. Your head will go boom with this render engine. Yes, we have an Excel-based render engine, a ray tracer that is programmed completely in Excel. So I will put the link in the video description so you can check this. This is madness. Someone is very crazy. I think what they are doing is that they are playing with the background color of the cells, since they have many cells. So they are playing with the background color of the cells, and they are calculating them with a ray tracer made inside Excel. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's it. And person Eloi Andaluz in the previous render said that if we like this news, Borislav Petrov, Bobo, the author of Krakatoa, that if you don't know what Krakatoa is, where have you been all these years? Under a rock, because Krakatoa is the best particle render engine out there. It just renders particles. It does not render geometry. But wow, what results can you get with Krakatoa? So with Krakatoa, you have what I think it's called Magma Editor. And what you use the Magma Editor for is to modify the particles, their behavior and the things in general. You can modify any stream of particles that is used by Krakatoa. And he shows, I don't know if it's in a video or where it is, but he shows how to create a full ray tracer just with Magma Flow. So it's pretty amazing. Bobo it's Borislav Petrov, but his nick is Bobo. Is one of the, I think, is one of the most important persons in the CG industry. We have many things thanks to him. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the news. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more news like this, or not like this, because every week will be a different thing. So I don't know. Subscribe, click in the little bell, and share this if you like it. And please press like if you like the video. If not, please leave a comment on how can I improve this. So thanks for watching O.W.R.B, and we will see each other next week. Bye.